Hello, 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 Topher James, and we are here for another course playthrough at Olympia Fields. I don't care what anyone says, I think this is the toughest course in the game. That is my opinion, but the course only has two par fives. Both the par fives are hard to reach into, at least from the back tees. And then the amount, well, one, how narrow the fairways are, how sloped the greens are. Even the greens are still the lines, the contours are jagged in a lot of areas, so it's a little harder to read. And then something like Muirfield and Spyglass have great greens, so I think this is the hardest course. So we're gonna play it anyway. But like I said, it's only two par fives, so it's a par 70. You start off with a par five, and then you just hold on to your whatever the rest of the round. The par threes are crazy. Oh yeah, hole 8, that par three, that's 260 to 290 yards long. Screw that hole from the back tees. But we're gonna play back easy low pro. First hole's a par five. Let's see how I do. What is the leaderboard on this? I shot a -8. Must have been doing well that day. Like I said, narrow fairways on the first hole. Unless it's medium tees or there's some type of a backwind, I just try to get it as close as I can to the green, preferably in the fairway. I was standing way too close. The green. So was it the easy pin, hard pin, medium pin, something like that? There's like the pin here, pin there, and then pin up close. Yeesh, I really screwed up on this one, didn't I? But you see those lines? They're not too bad, but even like right there, you get a lot of these. You think it's going to do something, but it really doesn't. I mean, look at that. What the hell is that? It was even more fun for the FedEx Cup because we played the hole placements that the pros were doing, and some of those hole placements sucked. So now hole 2 is a par 4, still going a little bit uphill. The fairway is guarded by sand bunkers, so I usually try to just hit over the left side of the bunker. Hopefully, I'll get warmed up soon. I usually put you at a good spot. I do think some courses the rough isn't like the stereotypical 10 yards extra. This might be a 12 to 13. So if I do end up in the rough, I'll usually play it for a little bit more. Yeesh, that was short. I definitely know there's a pin up there, and there's a pin back there somewhere. But you gotta watch out for a lot of these little red slopes. I mean, every green's, I shouldn't say every green, but most greens are sloped pretty severe in some way. Usually my goal on this course is just to get the ball in the green. And like get the green in regulation is what I'm trying to say. Hole 3 is a par 4. Now, what's interesting on this is the fairway actually goes over a little to the left from where you're aiming. So you're thinking if you aim right at the indicator or just a little bit left of it, you're going to hit rough. So you definitely want to aim more to the left. And then I cut at it and still, but you can see You know, how it just kind of curves. All right, so this is what I was talking about. So I'm in the rough, and it's 166, 14 feet uphill. So I would treat that 14 feet as about, we'll give it 4 yards. So 170. And with this rough, I'll say 180. But I'm going to hit my 5 iron, which should be, well, actually, not. I'm going to hit my 6 iron. And I'm going to try to hit a low draw into it, mainly because I want it to end up 10 to 15 yards short, but I want it to run or roll out. Don't sing that song. See how short that was? But it was the rough, and it rolled out a little bit. But look at that red. So there's a pin here. I think the hard pin's over there on the edge. I think another pin is down on, I mean, it's not really 2-tiered, but it's down there. Well, you see all these jagged lines, these little ridges. So it's really, like, you only shoot well on this course if you have a great approach or you get a lucky putt. Lucky putt. Hole 4 is just, it's a little bit shorter par 4. It's 400 yards. It's got a very tight fairway that actually goes to the left. So if you hit a draw, there's a good chance it will bounce left. Not too bad. Tricky green though. Very slow from back right to the front left. Excuse me, try not to burp. The challenge here though is the pin is way in the back and I'm hitting a wedge into it. So I'm either going to miss it long or it's gonna spin way to the front. There's the missing long. Which really isn't too bad. Because I could chip this. Probably should have hit that with a little more loft. I want to say there's a pin over on that side, and there's another pin that's over here. Pins aren't exactly easy on this course. Hole 5 is just a pretty flat par 4, but it's pretty skinny. Hitting in the left bunker is pretty easy. Try to do a little fade. Kick right. But yeah, that bunker's really in play. The green itself is actually not too bad. There's a pin here. There's a pin over there. And then there's a pin over there. Can't really remember too much. But yeah, anytime you get a green that's not too sloped, I would definitely be aggressive, especially with a wedge. Don't spin too much. Don't spin too much. You spun too much. Hole 6, pretty, nothing much to this par 3. It's 182 on the easy pin, but it's 15 feet downhill. So I'm going to play it as 100. I'll say 180. It's 175 to the front, so I'm going to try to hit 6 iron. At least for me. I know other people will do differently. Oh, push draw. Which isn't too bad. And I want to say there's a pin in the back, and then there's a pin in the front, maybe? You can tell I don't play this course too much. What's this doing? To the right, to the left? Oh well. Yeah, hole 7. Par 4, you have an outside chance to get into either the rough or the sand. Oof. And then the green itself really isn't too bad. It's really big. It is slow, but it's not too heavily slow. Pin there, pin in the back, and then a pin over here, I think. 132, 10 feet uphill, in the rough. Should I go long or should I go short? Be aggressive with a 9-iron. I'll do. But yeah, as you can tell, at least these lines aren't too bad. You know, the lines over there, pretty bad. It's really not that hard of a green. Especially when you can't hit the ball. And then this freaking thing. So from the back tees, it's a pain in the ass. I think from the middle tees, it's like 210. But from the back, it's 265 to the front. It's 295 to the back of the green. I think the hard pin is in the back, or maybe the medium pin. There's one pin in the back, and then there's 2 in the front. And if it's in the front, like I would honestly try for the sand bunkers, or maybe get lucky and roll it up. And if it's in the back, then I'll just hit through the green. But if I can just get an up and down, if I can just get up and down on this hole for par, I'll be happy. Yeah. The green is, as you can see, it's sloped pretty major, except on this part it's pretty flat. I want to say there's a pin right there. I think to do well on this course, you want to be really solid with your lag putting and with your up and down game, because there's not going to be a lot of low scores. And then hole 9 and hole 18 are pretty damn hard on this course. So hole 9, it's a narrow par 4, and your landing area is guarded by sand. And then the green is really sloped from back to front. Plus, you're gonna have a mid to long iron for a second shot. Or maybe a lower iron as we look, because you see, how close these lines are. There's one here. I want to say there's like one right here, and then there's one back there. Well, this is definitely one of those greens that I want the ball below the hole no matter what. Yeah, that was bad. And this is why you want it to be below the hole. Look how much break is in this thing. So, like always with the slope, I mean, I'm looking at these. There's lines pretty close here. It's still close, but not as bad right there. So I'm going to aim probably around this section and just let the ball fall down towards the green, or towards the hole, towards the green. I'm on the green. There we go. I am happy with that. Hole 10. So a little bit of a dog leg. Again, the landing area is guarded by sand. And then the green itself, yeah, okay. So this this green is heavily sloped. So from the medium tees, be careful on this one because if you're hitting a wedge, I mean, you can backspin it off the green. So there's a pin here. I definitely know there's a pin in this little area. And I want to say there's a pin right there. Hit a cut 8 iron. It's not cutting. See, even an 8 iron backspun on that one. But yeah, see, it like goes a lot right, then a little right, then these greens are pretty challenging. Hole 11's usually an interesting hole because it's definitely shorter, and I always go back and forth about going after it because that will put me in about the 70-yard range, and I hate that. So I'm gonna lay up. All right. So now I got a gap wedge, and the challenge with this green is there's a pin here, and there's a pin like over here, or maybe here, but there's this slope right here. It's really jagged. You have a little bit of red, and there's a pin down in this area somewhere. So, I mean, it just depends on how you want to hit at it. So I'm going to try to fly it over here and backspin it to about here, hopefully. Or just miss it left and hit it short, and I got lucky. But look at all those freaking lines. And look at all that. I just want par and get me out of here. Hole 12 is a par 4. It's got water at the 300-yard area. So it really is a layup even from the medium tees. Don't hit too far right. You want to have a shot at the green. If you hit too far left, put sand in play. Like I just did. Ooh, went over it. And then this green is massive slope from back right to front left. So there's a pin there. And then look at that. The red line, little slope that's guarding it. There's a pin there. I want to say there's a pin in the back somewhere. It's the only good thing about hitting in the rough is now my My spin's reduced. You're not drawing. Go, 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 go. That was lucky. But even this 5-footer was scary because, you know, you have to respect the slope. And then if you hit it too hard, I mean. Did you see how much that turned? That was a nice little turn right there. Hole 13 is pretty fun. It's par 3. It's a low to mid iron, but it's like it all goes to this bowl right here. Now there's a easy pin, medium pin, I think, and then there's a hard pin right there. And if you hit too far left, you'll end up in that crap. That was short. I love recording because on my headset, the screen's just like freaking out. Glad that doesn't show on the video. Hole 14. This hole sucks. One, you have water, you know, on the right, and then it cuts to the fairway. You have trees on the left. But this green probably slopes more than any of them. So now we go. So yeah, look how close those lines are. So you got one pin right there, one pin back there in the corner, and then one pin way in the back, I think. I think that's right. Or maybe there's a pin over there. I don't know. It's definitely one of those greens that you just want to hit it into the middle of the green and that's it. For me, I'm going for it. I feel like I'm going to miss it left. Oh, no, I'm going to push it right. And it's short. Watch this. No, that wasn't that much spin because it was a 9-iron. But really, this isn't bad. It's kind of like Pebble Beach where you want it to fall off the green a little bit. Oh, that popped. And then finally, the other par 5. So the other par 5. Just had a thought. Is it easier to go right? I'll let anybody else try that out. Maybe I'll try that out sometime. But if you go down your fairway, if you get too far right in the fairway or in the rough, you don't have a shot at the green. If you get too far left, then you'll be in the bunker. Draw. See? So now I'm on the right side of the fairway, but now I got trees in my way. Oh, that was bad. Or maybe not. Got lucky on that one. As you can see, green slopes heavy from front left to back bottom right. The easy pin is on a decent slope. There's another pin that's up here, and then there's a nasty pin, which I want to say the hard pin, which is like in this mess. If you get an eagle on this hole, great job. If you get an eagle on this hole with pro greens, great job. Hole 16 is par 3. Now, if you ever want to do something fun, go from the red tees, which I think is right here. And somehow, some pin, Striker did this. It was my idea, and Striker pulled it off, that you can like hit the top of the building on the left side, and it will bounce right, and then it will go on the green. He was able to make that happen and get a hole in one after like a couple tries. I think he did it twice. But anyway, so hole 16 is par 3 downhill, 34 feet. There's water on the right. So it's pretty challenging. I know there's like a pin on the back left, there's a pin on the back right, and there's a pin on the front right, I believe. But I'm going to play this as 205. Really, I just want to get this on the green. Or just pull it left. But yeah, you can see a little bit of a slope. But you do have some space. I want to say the ground goes towards the water right there. So just be careful with that. Hole 17. The sand on the left, it's not reachable for at least me. You do have water on the right. And then I do like this green because it's pretty flat. So it's definitely a green you want to attack. So there's obviously the pin right there, and maybe a pin up close. So, but for hole 17, I think this is like your last best effort to get a birdie. Oh, I'm just pushing everything. If he'd hit the ball, that was too much left. Then hole 18 is definitely a butt quencher. Clincher. Did I say quencher? Clincher. Okay, so it's a skinny par 4. You have to not necessarily draw it, but you have to cut it over the tree, and still you don't want to go too far right because you'll end up in the sand. And even at 300 yards, you're still going to have 190 to 200 yards in. So definitely want to try to get this in the fairway. And I tugged it. Damn it. And I'm in the sand. Is there a lip? Nope. What should I do? So in this position, I'm really just thinking just get the ball up close, maybe to the left bunker. But look at this. So there's a pin there. There's a pin a little bit, I don't know, up there. And then there's a pin over there that's guarded by the red. Like, these greens are ridiculous. But I'm almost wanting, if I can hit it in the sand, I think I'll be good. Anything left and short. Yeah, that's not bad. Because now I have almost a straightforward shot into the hole, and I want to keep the ball below the cup. Don't. Okay. But even then, I mean, what is this? 4.5 feet? Still a lot of slope right there. I am glad I'm not on that side, though. I think for the sake of it, I'm just going to jam it in there. Nah, it wasn't much of a jam. That was a good putt. And that's Olympia Fields. Good luck, everyone, this coming week. Hopefully you did well at Spyglass. Fun course. Really like that course. But I will see y'all later. Have a good one.